Yeah. He's just a really thorough journalist who has really taken a lot of younger journalists under his wing here. In the last year he was here, I was struck by how he would work and talk to folks who were, at the other end of the spectrum in terms of their experience. And he's just a great mentor and figure for people to look up to.
Well, it was a funny thing because I didn't have any background and it didn't look specifically for that. I was working at the Miami Herald, and the guy who had the environmental job was a finalist for a Pulitzer Prize. So I said, well, heck, that's pretty good if you can do that. So when he left to join the Wall Street Journal, I applied for the job and got it with probably no justification, no experience, no background. So it was a lot of learning on the job, and that was in 1982, and I've been doing that ever since. Moving out the parade now. Sure want that case.
Yeah. So was your settlement kind of like the draft? Like once you get out, you have like 6 years they can call you back.
Yeah, exactly. It's a stop loss.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
After the explosion in the West, Randy jumped into the story. It wasn't necessarily something that you'd immediately think of as, oh, the environmental writer needs to have a piece of this, but that was typical of Randy. I mean, Randy's scope of, his skill set was much broader than just environmental coverage. But in this particular instance, that environmental background turned out to be key because many of the stories focused on the kind of chemicals that had been stored at the facility and the lack of oversight. And Randy really led the nation in that coverage, exposing all the problems that had been around for a very long time, but until he really started taking a hard look, they had been largely ignored.
You're here long enough, you're going to accumulate some stuff, and that lots of books on varieties of unusual topics. I can't exactly tell you the origin of the party hat. I'm not sure where that came from, but
anyone who has been reading what we publish, whether in print or digitally, for not just a few years but even for a few decades, knows that there is not a better environmental reporter anywhere in the state than Randy. I very much believe that beat reporting is still a very important part of journalism, because the beat reporter gets to know the subject matter and becomes an expert, and Randy was an expert. And if you would just go back only as far as the explosion in West, you would validate everything that I just said because of the reporting he did on that important story.
SBJ is an organization that I've been in awe of for many years. The Fort Worth chapter is really a leader. It's been an inspiration to me. Because of that, to receive an award like this is something that I'm just extremely proud of, and I'm humbled and wish the organization all the best. Thank you very much.